Okay, I'm going to now begin calling. Let me let in the Ms. Gates, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And good morning, Jail. In the matter of, yeah, that stacks a little. Matter of People versus Kevin Chacks on 235604. And then I also have 24471. Appearances for the record.
Hannah Gates on behalf of Mr. Shacks. We waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court winner pleas of not guilty. Refer both matters to the Office of Assigned Counsel. I do have court dates coming up. Pre-exam conference is 1:31 at 8:30. Preliminary exam is February 6th at 2 p.m. That will be in front of Judge Jurens. Anything as to bond?
As to bond, Mr. Shacks lives at He's lived here in Saginaw for his whole life of 58 years. He is currently receiving SSI. He does have a court appearance today at 3:30 for retail fraud in Isabella County, and he was forthcoming about his prior criminal record, and he is currently on probation. His probation officer is an Ashley Teeples. The last time he spoke with her was 2 weeks ago. We are asking the court for a PR bond so he can go to his court appearance today at 3:30 in Isabella County.
Does he not have, is he on federal probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I see that on the file ending in 5604 is a retail fraud in the first degree. The second file, the allegation is fleeing in the second degree, but also that it is alleged that there was a possession of narcotic. I'm a little concerned with the amount of, while being on probation, to be charged also with other crimes, and there's a crime for which he is on bond for over in Mount Pleasant. There, I believe, needs to be a bond to, given that there is a fleeing, given the number of open matters. Bond will be set at 5,000 cash surety. Does not qualify for, that'll be on both cases. All right. In the matter of People versus Aliyah Wilson on 24480, appearances for the record.
Hannah Gates on behalf of Ms. Wilson. We waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Pre-exam is February 6th at 8:45. Preliminary exam is 2:12 at 3 p.m. That will be in front of Judge Fickner. As to bond, please.
As to bond, Ms. Wilson lives at 48601. She has been a lifelong resident here in Saginaw of 23 years. She does start work on Monday at WIS International. She does support 2 children under the age of 18, And we are asking the court for a PR bond.
All right. She'll have no contact with a Trevion Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, no contact.
All right. Miss Wilson, you'll have no contact with Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, then. Bond will be set at 7,500 PR, no contact with the victim. All right, or the complainant. Thank you. In the matter of People versus Ross Hines on 24481.
Hannah Gates, on behalf of Miss Ross Hines, we waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court will enter plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel, as to bond.
As to bond, Miss Ross Hines lives been at this residence for about 3 weeks now. She does have gainful employment at the Barnes Senior Living. She did indicate that she will have no contact with this individual, and we are asking the court for a PR bond so she can report to court.
Any prior criminal record?
She indicated traffic, but nothing else.
I had a. Was she out in Nevada back in 2000?
Yes.
All right. You may want to let your attorney know when you talk with him or her regarding your Nevada record. All right. You'll have no contact with Booker Hines? Hines?
Yes, what did you say? Is that a question? Oh,
Yes,
yes.
no contact. You'll have no contact,
I understand, yes.
and you'll have no contact?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Bond will be set at 2,500 PR, no contact with the victim. All right. In the matter of People versus Britney Chris on 22520, and then ticket number 8926383 A and B, appearances for the record.
Hannah Gates, on behalf of Miss Chris, we waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty and also not responsible, and a referral to the Office of Assigned. Oh, she does have an attorney, Check, Mr. Shack.
All right, I'll recall the bench warrant. As to the tickets, court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel, 2,000 PR with regard to the B ticket. Court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel, PR. All right. As to bond, please.
As to bond, Miss Chris lives Saginaw, Michigan, 48602. She has been here for 6 years now. She is starting work next week. She's starting at JCPenney and Jack's Market. She does have 2 children.
Wait, where? Can you repeat that? Where is she? Where will she be at? Jail's a little loud.
She's going to be working starting next week at JCPenney and Jack's Market. And she supports 2 children under the age of 18. She does have a future court date on March 12th regarding her children. We are asking the court for a PR bond so she can go to work next week.
I have a case, it's from 22. Is she on bond or probation?
I don't believe she is, Your Honor.
Must be related to this. All right. What is the reason that she hasn't contacted Judge Clark regarding the case that the bench warrant was issued on?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Chris?
It's because I didn't have a job and I forgot to get them a hold for a pay plan.
Well, that was the reason why Judge Clark sent that letter out, because you still had some fines that you were responsible for from the other cases that you had. Well, it's not, it's just that, Judge Clark would like to know that. That helps so that, one, a bench warrant doesn't have to be issued. And two, there might be some alternative as to community service or what have you. All right. What I'm going to do is recall the bench warrant, refer back to Judge Clark. He'll set it for an ability to pay hearing. And then I'll do a PR bond. All right. All right. All set. Make sure you show up to court. These will all be resolved. You just got to show up to court.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, man. In the matter of People versus Wilson on 232300, 3200556B, 712092C, and 8925598. Appearances for the record.
Hannah Gates on behalf of Miss Wilson. We waive the formal reading entry of not guilties and not responsible for the civil infractions and referral to the office of assigned counsel.
Court on the 2300 file, enter a plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. With regard to ticket number ending in 556B, this is a bench warrant, failed to respond to the letter. It appears that there were other bench warrants that she has failed to appear on. Court will recall. As to the civil infraction, court will enter a plea of not responsible set for pretrial. And then with regard to the ticket ending in 92C, this was a failure to appear before Judge Hoffman. It is a second failure to appear. Why didn't she show up on 819 of 22 on this ticket?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
I was probably pregnant or having a baby. I had a baby. I got 5 kids, so we got July, August, September, and 2 Septembers.
Well, but these tickets are from 22, ma'am, and
I had a baby at 22. My baby is 2 years
well, but
old.
that still doesn't mean that the tickets go away. All she had to do was come to court. These would have been resolved.
It's possible that I got a different number.
Again, these are your responsibility and it's, I can understand if it was one bench warrant, sometimes that happens, but you have multiple bench warrants issued on multiple cases. With regard to the file from 5/1 of 23, you'll have no contact with Mariah Mancato?
Yes, sir.
What's that? You have no contact with Miss Mancato?
Yes, sir.
With regard to the file from 5/1/23, I see no other assaultive matters that have been issued since this date. Mostly traffic, except for whatever happened to your 42622 case
I know that I did do 30
on the
days,
accident.
so, yep, I did 30 days. I did time served. I think that was, Hoffman that I went to.
All right. Well, let me do this. On the 2300 file, do 7500 PR. No contact with the victim. I am going to go with day reporting, however, to ensure that at least there's contact. You're going to get notice on the Wilson or on the civil infraction. I will talk with Judge Hoffman regarding your other tickets that you failed to appear on to see what he wants to do. He did have a monetary bond, but I'll see if what he wants to do with those. They are his tickets. All right, you are all set for now, Miss Wilson. You'll get your paperwork. With regard to people versus is it pronounced Jinsky? Sean Anthony on 2222702161. What was that, sir?
The D is silent. Jinsky.
Okay. Jinsky. Okay, thank you. Appearance for the record.
Hannah Gates, on behalf of Mr. Jinsky, you waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and referral to the office of assigned counsel.
Well, these are bench warrants. Failed to report to jail as sentenced by Judge Jones on 4/25/23, and failed to report to jail as well on the other file. All right. Well, it appears that he is now reported. Let's do this. Let's recall the bench warrants. I am going to refer back to Judge Jones. All right, there is a hold by Judge Jones, so, all right, cases will go back to his court. In regards to People versus Carl Moore on 234418, 221970, and file number 3461685. Appearances for the record.
Hannah Gates, on behalf of Mr. Moore, we waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and referral to the office of assigned counsel.
Okay. On file number 234418, the court will enter a plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. Pre-exam conference is 2/1 at 9 a.m. Preliminary exam is 2/7 at 3:30. That's in front of Judge Clark. Also, I have a bench warrant. This is on the case before me, where it says the defendant has failed to appear on August 10th of 23. And what is the reason why he has failed to appear?
Your Honor, he indicated.
You go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's probably because of my address change or just me probably didn't just get the mail because I stay with my mother at the address, and I know sometimes my mom gets the mail and she probably just puts the mail in certain places, so she probably misplaced it. But I know it's
You just blamed your mom? You just blamed your mom?
I'm saying, because, I stay with my mother and she collects the mail, but I still supposed to be on top of it because I thought that my case was dismissed.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
28.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And you just threw all that on your mom. Well,
No,
let's
I'm
see,
not
for
going
28
on.
years old.
No, I'm just saying, Judge, that I should have looked more into it, but I thought that case was dismissed. It was just a misunderstanding on my part.
Well, Mr. Moore, this is my concern here. You were charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm and a domestic violence charge on the same victim that I have on my case on 221970. As I review the record, I am showing, while some of these cases were nollie-prost, an 18 domestic violence, a 22 domestic violence, nollie-prost, 21921 out of Thomas Township, misdemeanor domestic violence. On 1924, which might be the case that I have, no, that's 1011, Livonia, domestic violence. I have a bench warrant on failure to appear if your date of birth is 3/26 of 85 out of 36D.
My birthday 5/3/95.
I'm glad we cleared that one up. That one's not yours. Oh, one minute. Let's go back to a different case. It doesn't seem, because I thought you had more. I'm sorry, here it was 2010, 2013, 2015, 2021, 2021, 2021, 2020, 2022.
And Judge, most of that stuff that they call a domestic is like a verbal argument and stuff like that. It was never nothing like physical. It just either be people calling and saying that we're arguing or stuff like that. That's
Mr. Moore, I also have a bench warrant out of 37th District Court out of Warren.
Yeah, I know.
Domestic
I had
violence.
that for so long.
Right. Let me be very clear. The fact that you failed to appear on a case that I have, well, it is charged as a misdemeanor. The concern that I have at this time is public safety. With regard to that, while you were out on bond, I am now show that on 10/11/23, it is alleged that there was a assault with intent to do great bodily harm on the same victim. So with regard to bond on the file number ending in 234418, bond will be set at $25,000, cash surety only, no contact with victim. Should you make bond, it will be a GPS tether only. With regard to 221970, the case that is before me, there will be a hold. Your attorney will be notified, and there will be a hearing with regard to placing a bond on that matter. All right, and no contact with the victim.
Judge, how would I be able to keep up with work?
Concern that I have are the people that you come in contact with at this point, and so it is for community safety that you will be denied bond on the matter until I have a hearing on the case that I have, and the bond will be placed on the other case with regard to the one assigned to Judge Clark. That is it for right now. In the matter of People versus Schneller at 234423 and ticket number 8926305, appearances for the record.
Renegades, on behalf of Mr. Schneller, we waive the formal reading and plea of not guilty and referral to the office of assigned counsel.
All right. Court winner, well, actually, I believe it's a civil infraction. So the court winner plea of not responsible on the civil infraction of littering set for pretrial. I believe, though, that it is a bond violation that he is here before on, and I will note, that we will put the plea of not guilty on the violation. Mr. Schneller is charged with domestic violence second. There was a no contact order that was in place by Judge Fickner. And there is an allegation that on or about 123 of 24 around, appears midnight or so, that there was a violation, an alleged violation of that no contact order. Bond will be revoked. And then the matter will be referred back to, Judge Fickner, for bond hearing. All right. Thank you, Jail. Thank you, Ms. Gates.
Thank you.